You've got big dreams. Maybe it's building a business, hitting six figures, multiple six figures, or finally living life on your terms. But let's be real. How often do you find yourself stuck, overthinking, procrastinating, waiting for that perfect moment? All right, I've been there on all of those. And the hard truth is that if you don't figure this out, your ambition won't matter. You're just spinning your wheels. You'll keep watching others achieve the things you know you're capable of while you stay in the exact same spot. And this isn't about grinding harder or hustling endlessly. It's about outsmarting your own laziness. And in this video, I'm gonna share 6 easy but super powerful strategies to help you build unstoppable momentum and achieve real success without burning out or wasting time. And let me tell you, 5 and 6 are bangers, so stick around. So if you've been feeling stuck or frustrated with yourself, stay here. This might just change everything for you. Number 1, it's a big one. Stop depending on motivation. Imagine a construction worker building a house. On some days, the sun is shining, the breeze is a breezing, right? It makes the work effortless. And on other days, the heat's suffocating, the tools are heavier, the sun's just beating down and you just wanna quit. But here's the thing, does the worker just stop because the conditions aren't perfect? No, because if they did, the house would never get built. Now, think of your own life. You are that house. How often have you put things off just because you didn't feel like doing them? You skipped a workout. Well, maybe I'm not the best to talk about that, but you know, we gotta be disciplined. Skipped a workout because you weren't in the mood. I mean, look, I do work out, but I can relate to that one. All right, let's be real. Or maybe you abandoned a personal project because the initial excitement, it wore off. This is the trap so many fall into. They wait for motivation to magically appear, believing it's the secret to getting everything done. But motivation is fickle. It comes, it goes, it's here, it's gone. If you act only when you feel inspired, you're never gonna achieve anything of significance. And here's the truth. Success isn't about being endlessly motivated. It's about being endlessly disciplined, about training yourself to act when every fiber of your being would rather procrastinate. Discipline isn't a joyless grind. It's a mindset shift, a commitment of doing what needs to be done no matter how you feel. Athletes, writers, entrepreneurs, we're not superheroes. We have days when we'd rather hit the snooze or binge watch TV. I'd rather be watching TV right now than filming this, if I'm being honest. But here's the difference. I don't let those feelings dictate my actions. I show up, I do the work. This is why relying on motivation is dangerous. It lulls us into thinking that we need to always feel inspired. Oh, I'm inspired. But the reality is, action creates momentum. Momentum builds results, and results generate confidence. The kind of confidence that makes you freaking unstoppable. Sounds a lot like motivation, doesn't it? So the next time you're waiting for motivation to strike, remember, you don't need it. You don't need it. You just need to take the first step, because motivation might come and go, but your actions, they can always move forward. Number 2, work smart. Picture 2 men digging a well. One is relentless, swinging that shovel, whoosh, full force, sweat pouring down his face. He works for hours, but barely makes progress because he's digging in dry, rocky, hard soil. Now the other one pauses, studies the land a little, and moves a few feet over. See, she's digging in a softer spot, and within half the time, she hits water. This is the difference between working hard and working smart. A lot of people consider themselves ambitious. They dream big, set goals, and talk about success. But when it's time to put in the work, they hesitate, they hold off, they become uncertain. Not because they don't want success, but because deep down, they're insecure, which comes across as lazy. See, they don't want to struggle, grind, or push through discomfort because they don't really truly believe that they can make it through that. But the reality is, when you go through those struggles, you realize how badass you actually are. But instead of confronting this, they convince themselves that they'll start tomorrow when they have more energy, more motivation, or a perfect plan, because that always comes while you sleep. Here's the truth. If you're ambitious and lazy, you need to stop making excuses and just start working smarter. And before the smart part, just start working. See, working smart isn't about avoiding effort, it's about maximizing. It means focusing on high impact actions instead of getting stuck in busy work. It means leveraging systems, skills, strategies that make success easier instead of constantly battling uphill. Instead of forcing yourself to wake up at 4 a.m. to study for hours, you learn speed reading or you take effective notes. Instead of grinding for years at a dead-end job, you develop a skill that allows you to work fewer hours for more pay. The laziest ambitious people never make it because they refuse to move strategic. But those who master efficiency, they achieve more with half the struggle. So stop thinking that hard work alone will save you. Smart work with hard work is the shortcut you need. Use it. Number 3, not taken advantage of. Imagine 2 coworkers, John and Daniel. John's the textbook definition of a hard worker, always staying late, volunteering for the extra tasks, never uttering a word of complaint. Daniel, he works just as hard, but there's one crucial difference. He makes sure people notice his efforts, right? He speaks up in meetings, communicates his contributions clearly, and ensures he's visible when decisions are being made. When a promotion opportunity arises, guess who gets it? Daniel? He works just as hard, but there's one crucial difference. He's owning his awesome. He makes sure people notice his effort. He speaks up in meetings, communicates his contributions clearly, and ensures he's visible when decisions are being made. When a promotion opportunity arises, guess who gets it? It's not John. This scenario happens all the time because hard work alone, while important, it's not enough on its own. And I've learned this personally through the pain of what I'm sharing with you right now. Too many people wear their grind like a badge of honor. They expect that their sheer effort will eventually be rewarded. But here's the brutal truth. Nobody gives out gold stars for silent suffering. So if no one knows about your contributions, they don't exist. And that means someone else gets the recognition and rewards while you're left spinning your wheel. And if that pisses you off right now, use that fuel, because it used to piss me off when I realized that that was me as well. And I share this not to piss you off, but to wake you up so that you can change your life and become who you're really truly meant to be. See, the real key isn't simply working hard. It's making sure your effort is leveraged. That means putting yourself in environments where results are valued and recognized. It's about networking, building relationships, and ensuring your name is top of mind when opportunities come up. You don't need to brag. No one likes a bragger. But you do need to strategically position yourself so your work is seen and appreciated. Sometimes it also means knowing when to leave. If you're in a role or workforce where your hard work is consistently being overlooked, it's time to find a better environment. Staying in a job out of fear or misplaced loyalty, it'll trap you in a cycle of invisibility. Instead, seek out spaces where your contributions are both acknowledged and rewarded. Success isn't just about effort. It's about effort that's directed in the proper beneficial places, seen by the people who make decisions, and timed with the right opportunities. Be smart about where you invest your energy. The right move can take you further than years of unnoticed grinding ever could. And next, number 5. Are you getting something out of this? Smash that like, drop a comment below, let me know what you think, and keep watching, because this is where it's getting real good. Number 4, develop healthy skepticism. Let's get real. If you're ambitious and lazy, your goal is clear. You want to maximize results while minimizing wasted effort. There is no shame in that. In fact, it's a smart approach. As long as you don't fall into the trap of chasing shortcuts or getting stuck in inaction, this is where healthy skepticism becomes your greatest ally. Too often, laziness leads to one of two extremes. On one hand, there's the constant pursuit of the next big thing, jumping from one get-rich-quick scheme to another, hoping the latest trend will deliver instant result, and you're gonna be on an island you own, next week. On the other hand, some people freeze entirely. They're consumed by doubt and indecision, unsure of what's worth their energy. Both paths lead to nowhere. The real issue isn't laziness, it's a failure to discern what's truly worth your time and effort. Think of your energy like a rare premium fuel. Would you pour that fuel into a random machine without checking out if it works first? Of course not. So many of us burn through our time and money on tasks, people, and opportunities that don't align with our strengths and our goals. Or worse, fall for scams promising passive income with no effort. That's the price of not thinking critically. See, the key is to filter out the noise. Just because something worked for someone else doesn't mean it's right for you. I invest a ton in crypto. It doesn't mean it's right for you. And before diving into a new opportunity, pause and ask yourself, does this play to my strengths? Is there evidence that this method works, or is it just a lot of hype? The smartest people don't do everything. They focus on doing the beneficial things, the things that move the needle. Real success isn't about avoiding work. It's about making work easier and more effective. That means streamlining processes, automating tasks, delegating where possible. If a task takes 10 steps, find a way to do it in 5. The goal isn't to escape effort. It's to ensure every ounce of effort counts. And here's the ultimate trap to avoid: the too good to be true promise. You've seen the ads. Make 10K a month with no experience. These schemes prey on people's lazy ambition. Always ask yourself, who benefits the most here? Most often than not, it's the person selling you the dream, not you. Being lazy doesn't disqualify you from success, but being lazy and gullible does. Question everything. Focus only on what delivers real results. Skepticism isn't about doubting everything, it's about being selective, strategic, and intentional with your effort. Once you master that, you'll find that you can achieve far more with far less. Number 5, want more than burnout? I want you to imagine this. You're sprinting toward a finish line, giving it everything you've got. But every time you get close, that line just moves a little further away, a little further away. You double down, ignoring exhaustion, believing if you just push a little harder, you're gonna catch it. But instead, you collapse, drained, frustrated, no closer to your goal. This is burnout. And here's the irony. Burnout doesn't just happen to people who don't care. It happens to the ambitious, the ones who want more, who push themselves to their limits, convinced that success is waiting on the other side of the grind. But here's the harsh truth. Burning out doesn't get you ahead. It doesn't make you unstoppable. Burnout stops you. One of the biggest traps for the lazy yet ambitious is the cycle of the all or nothing effort. You wait for a surge of motivation, ride that wave, and throw yourself into the work with everything you've got. But inevitably, you crash. Mentally, physically, emotionally. You disappear for weeks, hoping to recover, and then repeat the cycle. It feels productive in the moment, but it's a hamster wheel that keeps you stuck. Progress isn't about how hard you can work in a single sprint. It's about how consistently you can move forward over time. Consistently. Think of success like a campfire. If you toss in all your wood at once, you're gonna get a badass bonfire, but it's gonna die out quickly, leaving you cold and in the dark. The smarter approach: add fuel, bit by bit, one log at a time, keeping the fire going. That's how you build something sustainable. The real secret to lasting success is pacing yourself. It's not about never working, and it's not about grinding 24/7. It's about knowing when to pull back and push forward. You find a rhythm that lets you progress daily without depleting your energy. You set yourself up to outlast the competition. Success isn't about suffering or sprinting until you drop. It's about endurance. It's about finding a way to keep going long after others have burned out, right? Because the ones who last the longest, they're the ones who ultimately win. Number 6, be smart and see the game for what it is. All right, so if you're still watching me, I want you to give yourself a high five right here. Wow! Now, let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway is. But don't go just yet, because this last one is crucial, and I told you at the beginning to stick around for this. Picture you're playing chess against someone who's 5 moves ahead, while you're stuck reacting to their every move. No matter how much effort you put in, you're always outmaneuvered. Frustrating, right? Yeah, I'm frustrated just even saying it. That's what it feels like when you're grinding away without understanding the bigger picture, without a purpose. When you're working hard and don't see the rules of the game you're in. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Effort alone will not get you to the top. Ambitious people often believe that if they just put their head down and work hard, success is gonna follow. I spent 10 years of my life that way, and let me tell you, it doesn't. It does not follow without intentionality. See, the reason life doesn't work that way is because it's not a straight line race where the hardest worker wins. Life is a game. And if you don't recognize it as one, you're not gonna play. You're a pawn. So take a closer look at the people who've made it to the top. Sure, yes, they work hard, but they're also strategic. They know where the leverage is, how the system operates, and what really drives results. They're not wasting energy on things that don't matter. They focus on what moves the needle. They've mastered the art of working smart by understanding the game better than anyone else. Now, let's put this into perspective. Think of two employees again, all right? Two people, you like all these two examples? They're at the same company. One works tirelessly, following every rule, hoping someone's eventually gonna notice their dedication. The other spends less time grinding and more time building relationships, understanding what matters to leadership, and making sure their contributions are seen. When promotions come around, it's not the silent hard worker who gets the nod. It's the person who understands how to play the game. And that's actually why I left corporate America. I didn't like the game. But if you're lazy and ambitious, your greatest strength isn't how much effort you can exert. It's your ability to think strategically, study the system you're in, learn what behaviors, skills, and connections are actually rewarded. Identify the leverage points that let you do less while achieving more. Because if you don't see the game for what it is, you'll end up expending all your energy climbing the wrong ladder. Or worse, building someone else's empire while staying stuck and broke in place. Don't just grind, work smart, play the right game, and make sure you're not just a piece of someone else's board. You're the one moving the pieces. Now, if you feel me on this, would you do me a favor and smash that like, hit that subscribe, and even share this video with someone? And then I'll see you on another video, I don't know, maybe right here or right here. And you, my friend, you keep living your life to the fullest because you are dope. Peace.